I remember waking up from surgery and just trying to stand up, and all of a sudden it felt like my heart was gonna beat out of my chest, and I got dizzy, it was hard to breathe, and I collapsed back onto the bed. Since then, that was about a year and a half into our medical journey, and I'd have to say that was one of the tougher recoveries. There's been so many different surgeries and procedures and all that stuff, treatments, but that was one of the tougher ones to recover from. And actually, I remember that same week, just a few days later, I took a picture and I posted on Instagram, just being so thankful to be able to stand on my own and breathe on my own, because I realized how much I take for granted. And even though it was a tough experience, honestly, it really shifted my perspective to really take hold of what was going on around me. And it really let me know that I don't have to play a victim. I can actually own my story, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, own it and tell it myself. And so fast forward a month and a half later, we got some more bad news from the doctor. Plot twist, that's life, right? But this time it didn't shatter me like I thought it would, because I had already made up my mind that I was gonna survive. Like, I'm not letting the story slay me, I'm gonna slay the story. But I was a church kid, and there's a Bible story about the parable of the talents. And basically it goes that there was a boss who had gone away on a business trip. But before he left, he called his assistants and gave them some money to invest with and see what they could make out of it. And so for his first assistant, he gave him $10,000. The second one got $5,000, and the third one got $1,000. And when he came back, he called them around and said, okay guys, let me see what you made of my money, what'd you do? And so the first one was like, hey boss, I got you. I did some investing, found some shares, you know. Bitcoin was doing good at the time, so here you go. I doubled your investment, and boom, 10,000, 20,000. All right, cool. So then the second assistant, he's like, boss, I did the same thing. I was out here hustling while you were gone. 100% investment again. Boom, 5,000 to 10,000. There you go. All right, okay, we're doing good, right? So then the third assistant, he calls, he's like, okay, I gave you $1,000. What'd you do with my money? He's like, listen, man. I don't know why you were being so stingy with me, but you only gave me $1,000. Like, that's nothing. What am I supposed to do with $1,000? So I just put it in a sock and hid it under my mattress. Here you go. So what ended up happening was that little or nothing that the boss had given him, even that was taken away. And see, that's how I started to see my journey, to see my story, because in my hands, I was like, they're empty. There's nothing here. I don't have much to work with, you know, God. You want to give me a testimony, but all you've given me is a test. You know, I haven't arrived. I'm not at the destination yet. What do I really have to say? But then that's when I realized that I have a story, and that is what I can share. In my hands, in my eyes, through a lens of fear, my story might seem like nothing. However, by switching lenses from fear to faith, that is when I realized that it can be so much more than I ever imagined. If you refuse to take ownership and narrate your own story, society will be quick to put you in a glass box to tell you this is the status quo and you can only go this far and no further. However, I want you to know to never let anybody judge you or frame you by what you are afraid of, because that is an injustice to who you are and who you were called to be. I want to encourage you to only let them see you for what you are truly made of. So next time other people's unsolicited opinions and facts come your way, I want you to be like this guy. Neo from The Matrix, and I just want you to put a pause on that and just let them fall. Before you can go forward, sometimes you need to go back. That's the journey. Maybe a little bit down the line, after you've taken a few more steps and looked back, you can see that what you thought was a mess was actually a masterpiece in the making. You are much stronger than you ever imagined you can be. And if I'm standing here saying this, I know that all of you are more capable than you ever could have imagined. Thank you. power of really harnessing your story and owning it for all it's worth. And since then, I've been able to teach how to do the same thing. People are actually waiting for your story. Be authentic to who you are.